Hi and welcome to another episode of Word Mentality on Grammar and Thongs, where I look at the origin of words, particularly words that are difficult to spell. Today I'm looking at tortuous and torturous. The only difference in the spelling between these two words is the extra R in the word torturous, but they are different words. Tortuous means something that is twisting or winding, full of twists and turns, whereas torturous means something to do with torture, involving or causing torture. Now, like most words, they can be used literally, like putting somebody on the rack for torturous, or they can be used in a more figurative way. For example, you could describe a speech as tortuous if it's too complex, if it goes on for too long. Okay? So that may be a tortuous speech, which wouldn't be very popular. And you may describe that speech as torturous, to sit through. As in, it's not literally torture, but it feels like you're being put through torture listening to that speech. So that can make these two words confusing because they can be both used to describe the one thing. Look at this road, for example. It is tortuous. It twists and winds up the mountain. But travelling in a car, going along that road, you may describe that trip as torturous, just like listening to that long and boring speech. So that, I think, causes a lot of the confusion. Let's look at where the word came from to see why these two words are so similar. We have to go back to the Latin word here for the origin, and this word means twist or to wind or to distort. Okay, and you can see that the winding road comes from there, but also the winding and distorting of the body during the process of torture. And then if we look at the late Latin, we get this word torturer. And torturer is where we sort of find the meaning of to twist or to writhe. And then we're getting more into the area of torture. If you look here at this word distort, we can see the tort within that word. And we get lots of words from this origin, the same origin as tortuous and torturous. If we look over here, I'll show you what I mean. Contort is from the same root. Distort makes sense. To extort money from someone comes from there. Torment comes from the same Latin root word. And the actual word tort, which is a legal term for a wrongful act, comes from the same origin. And if you're talking about a tort, then you get this word, tortious, which complicates things further because it's quite similar to torturous and tortuous. But that's a legal term that you won't come across much. As long as you remember that you need to look for the R that is in torture, and then you're talking about torturous, as opposed to the long and winding road that is tortuous, then you should be right. Thank you.